Hi everybody. This is Phoebe's first UBT1, hopefully our only UBT1. And let's introduce everybody. This is Gary Blessing. He's the big cheese.
Oh boy.
Diesel, the deer tracking dog. Two apprentice judges, Josh Ross from Missouri, his wife Kayla, and Taryn Viney from Wisconsin. Awesome people with a lot of experience. All we're doing is I'm going to video this, and folks that want to see what a UBT1 looks like will get to see what a UBT1 looks like. Hopefully it won't be a training track about 10 minutes from now, but it looks like it might. It looks like she's about ready to go. She's smelling that line. Other than that, Gary wants to say something as a judge. So.
I'll make it real quick, just for formality's sake. It's UBT1. It's at least 400 yards long. There's two 90-degree turns. There's one wound bed. It's aged at least 2 hours, and right now we're over that 2 hours. You're not required to point out the wound bed, but if you do, that's great. The difference between recalls and restarts: you can restart your dog on the line anytime that you want. There's no time limit. If your dog is off the line and more than 75 yards off the line, we're going to call you back to the line and allow
God.
2 recalls.
That'll be horrible. That won't be as horrible as if I call her back and she was right. That's like the ultimate embarrassment. Anyway, I'm coming.
You're allowed 2 recalls. So 3rd recall is most likely a fail unless something really screwy happens. We've got a road there. We did not cross the road. I'll tell you that right now. Just keep your dog safe at all times.
Okay.
Just because you find the hide, it's a set of hooves at the end. Just because you
it's just hooves.
Just
okay.
hooves. Just because you find it doesn't mean you pass.
I got you.
We'll the apprentices and I will confer before we talk to you. So do your thing at the end.
Wow, he's making me nervous.
Do you have any questions?
I don't think so. God, if I do, we're in trouble.
All right, buddy.
All right, let me go see. Let me go see if she wants to. Are you smelling that? Right there. That's your deer. That's your deer. Not that. Check this out, Phoebes. Come here. Check this out. Right here. Check it out. That's your deer. That's your deer. Yeah. Yeah.
You obviously got the directional flag there, right, Al?
Yep, got it. You ready? Track it. Baby, let's go. Let's go. Track that deer. Ruh-roh.
That second red flag on the ground that she just walked past is the directional marker. It simulates the hunter's known line. There's definitely blood at that flag, and there is blood that the hunter simulated tracked before you got there from the hit site to that flag.
Man, did you use blood on this, Gary?
It's Taryn, so you never know.
She's pretty confident. I haven't seen anything, but she looks pretty confident.
Right about here, she gets nervous and distracted with all the traffic on the highway, and then she notices there are way more people following us that she doesn't know than have ever followed us on a track before. And she gets excited. Luckily, with just a word and a little patience, she gets mostly right back to work with maybe one more glance over her shoulder. these are things I'll be incorporating into our training and practice prior to September.
Are you going to be a butthead? Come here, Phoebes. Track that deer. I haven't seen a spot of blood the whole time.
I haven't seen it.
Coming up here in a few seconds, she just absolutely nails the first turn and then immediately goes into air scenting something. Of course, at the time, I don't know what it is. I'm thinking it possibly could be the target, but it seems like we'd be too far from the target. Then I'm also thinking there might be something dead out in the field. The wind is in our face. It turns out she's air scenting the bed, the simulated bed. And when we get there, a little bit of shenanigans ensue. I pointed out, she stops. One of the judges put a piece of hide in there and she just couldn't let it go and started eating it. So I had to get it away from her and tell her to leave it and get on with the line, and then she does.
She's air setting something. If it's the target, I mean, we're too far away, but I don't want her to beeline to it.
I don't think it's the target,
I don't either. Come here, Phoebes. Let's go. Buy me some blood. Check here. Track it. Don't eat it, you little asshole. All right, let's go. Track that deer. Go on, track that deer. Phoebes. Track it. Hey, leave it. Leave it. Leave it. That's it. No, leave it. Track it. You got her with the piece of hide in there.
Yeah.
Now coming up, she's going to overshoot the second turn, and of course I don't know it. As far as I know, we could be tooling off into those woods ahead of us, but she immediately shows me, her head pops up and she goes into search mode. The thing to note here, if you're a new handler, is I immediately stop and allow her to work it out. I mentioned to the hunters, the judges, that I'm going to just stand in this position and let her work it out. Notice I don't move or commit until she confidently steps down a line, other than giving her a little room or grabbing the lead after I drop it.
Something going on in here. I'm going to let her work it out. Although it'd be nice if I had a spot of blood, but I got the bed if I need it.
Now that she commits to a full leash length with tracking behavior and confidence, I step off and follow her.
I'm coming. Find me some blood.
Kind of a little comic relief here at the end. She stops, and I'm thinking, surely we're going off into those woods. Oh no, what has she got here now? And I wait for a while to see if she'll let it go and continue tracking, and then I take a step up and I realize she's on the target. So there you have it.
Oh. Good girl, Phoebes. Good girl. Good girl. I was like, what in the hell is she getting into over there?
Atta girl.
That was a little too easy for her. Good girl, Phoebes. You want your reward? I took her leash off. I know there's a road there, but sometimes she grabs the hooves and buries them, and it's really entertaining. So
On my two. Atta girl. On my two, the first thing you said to me when you finally caught up to Diesel and I.
good girl,
I can't
Phoebes.
believe you drove 4.5 hours to do that.
Well, you did it too.
Congratulations,
Thanks.
buddy. It's
That's
an honor.
she's
Fantastic.
she's past this, and the air sending was the line, you know.
Yeah.
She was like, because there's so much blood.
Sending the bed.
Oh, okay, that could be. This isn't her reward. That's my reward.
That's what my read on it was.
Yeah,
See
you
that-
guys. So
You see that head snap right there?
so aside from the fact that she found the target and she stayed on the line, it wasn't a hard line for. I mean, she's beyond this. I just don't think she's up to the lay time on a 2 yet.
She's just such a different dog from when she was walking in here, and the confidence she has on a track is amazing.
She's gonna run.
She-
I bet you anything she runs off of that and buries it.
Al, I mean, I can show you. She.
I didn't see a drop of blood, Taryn. Screw you, dude.
That
We,
was him. I
we went
actually
green
showed
over
him.
green. Red
I was
is
putting it up high even.
red is our our target line. Green is the first green is when we laid it. The green is I just ran it and followed
Man,
you.
these
She
guys-
never left the line.
Taryn's apprenticed with me like a dozen times, and I'm always so big on put blood in visible spots. You're not trying to trick the handler.
I found blood.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, on all the
I
corners,
saw
I put
some,
it up
yeah.
on these things, so I'd have somewhere to restart on
Gotcha.
corners. And
Yeah,
lines,
I hear you. That's important.
And I found it.
So seriously, give me something. Give me something I did wrong. What'd you see?
I didn't
Any
think
little thing in your mind, you were like, really? Al Sherman just doing that?
She is so confident for a 5-month-old dog.
She's
And then
really
to recover,
committed.
She-
we didn't know if we had hair, so I cut
Peeps.
2 little pieces of the hoof off.
Do it again.
And that's
Oh,
what we were
yeah.
trying to eat. For
She-
her to recover at 5 months out of that wound bed and go right back to tracking, that was
You
amazing.
got her with that piece of hide. She was like, because Dawn gave her a bed on the blind. Yeah, there you go. Good girl. Good
I mean,
girl.
obviously you know this, but
get the whole
maybe
thing.
for people watching the video, if you don't edit it out,
Good girl.
is that when she kept looking back, and then initially I think she was a little intimidated by people following,
Yeah.
which she's not used to.
Right, right.
Right. So the only thing that I did is I just told everybody to just hang back and be cognizant when the dog stops, you stop, instead of like rushing.
And I should have said that. I usually tell hunters that when she stops, I stop. When she works an area, I let her work it. Okay, so that's all right. The last thing I want to say for the video, thank you all, by the way. The last thing I want to say for the video is for new handlers, this is an achievement. You should be proud of it. I'm proud of my dog, but it is an entry-level test. There are many levels past this. We are going to go home tomorrow after we judge a test tomorrow, but we're going to go home tomorrow and work our butts off for 3 more months because she is not at my standards for taking tracks from random hunters yet. And that's just me personally. I want her at 24 hours with hooves only like this. And if she's not, then Val's will give her known kills. But I think we can get there. I don't, you know, I just want new handlers that are watching the video. If you're the 8% that watch the whole video, I want you to know that you should be proud, but you need to keep working because there are levels way above UBT1.
And I think, Al, I mean, we've said it, you know, with the apprentices and even with Kayla while you were testing, and that's what a professional handler with a young dog that's been trained really well looks like. It's fantastic. And
well, thanks. That's nice of you, but
it just can't get any better.
When I said average, you know, just about right at the truck, I meant it.
I think you're being humble.
No, I'm not. People always do that. They're like, and, you know, and he's so humble. Trust me, my wife is going to laugh if she hears that.
This is what she's comfortable doing. Her
Can I approach
confidence
her?
level
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Phoebe.
In fact,
can I see that?
take that away from her.
Can I see that?
That's a good girl. Hi, that's a
Her
good
confidence
girl.
level from walking in to tracking is night and day. It's amazing.
That's just fantastic.
She's really.
She only gets
The thing
this 90 here. She didn't even get off, I don't think, a
20
full
feet?
lead before she started turning and coming.
And you
back.
saw me stop. I mean, yeah, let's face it. I mean, you can see the tracks in the grass, but if I don't pass the test, I want it to be a training track anyway, so I'm not going to help her. And I don't care about a ribbon or passing a test. I don't train for tests. But I do feel strongly that judges, this is for you two guys, and you're already there, but I feel very strongly that judges should train their own dogs, track with their dogs, and test their dogs. It's important. I don't care if you've tested before. Once you're a judge, you need to stay in touch with how it feels to be on the other side of these tests, because I don't care who you are, you don't want to look bad in front of other trackers. You know, and you're thinking about it for a couple of weeks beforehand, and then the dog throws in a lousy practice track and you're like, oh my god, I'm going to Gary's in 2 weeks. You know, so that's just for me. I mean, I'm not here to instruct you guys, you're here to instruct me. So anything you think about after the camera goes off, feel free. I'm serious. You know, when you're standing behind someone, you see a lot that the guy watching the dog does not see, especially when you have experience like you guys do. So that's the video. I thought she was going to bury that and entertain us, but maybe she's thinking about it. If she doesn't, we got wings to cook, so, and we got UBT2s to lay tonight. So thanks guys, appreciate anybody that watched this whole video. God bless you, because they tell me nobody does. That's the deal. That's a UBT1. We'll see you next time.